Okay. We are recording. So if you're watching online, you're getting this after the meeting has already completed, but there was really no other way to do it with my computer because I don't have a Mac. I'm not that sophisticated, I guess. So anyways, you need specific browser and I can't have access to that. So we're recording this and yeah, it'll be the same. You can go back and watch it for later. So we're a little bit less in numbers because we have some of our leaders and people who won the Punta Cana trip. They're flying out tonight or they're already there. So it's exciting. It's exciting to know that we've got people who are there representing us because that's exactly what they do. They represent us when they go there. So they have fun too. Like, you're in Punta Cana, but they are representing their team and we are their team. So tonight, we don't have a product highlight tonight. Um, we're not going to talk about like a health testimony because a lot of us are in a business challenge and we decided that we would keep it business as opposed to how Plexus has helped our health. We're going to talk about how Plexus has helped us in our businesses or what that means, what that looks like to us having a Plexus business. And it's going to be raw and it's going to be very honest because I think we all appreciate that. And I also do believe we all have experienced what we'll be talking about tonight in one way or another. And if you're new at it, it's coming down the pipe because it's just part of the process. And part of that I think is if you don't understand how hard something can be, or if you're not willing to do the hard, you don't appreciate it when it comes to you, when you actually achieve the thing. So I'll just make a little example. When I was in high school, I hate exercise, like with capital letters plastered all over the walls. That's how much I don't like exercise. But I always had to run in phys ed. And I kept thinking to myself, if my phys ed teacher really cared about me, he would not make me run all these laps or all of these little places that he would take us. And I think he has absolutely no idea how I feel when I run. I hate it. I hate running. I hate it. I hate it. So this is me. I hate running. And you're in class and you're getting in trouble because you're not, you have a bad attitude. And I'm like, I don't even care. I don't care anymore. I just hope that I twist my ankle and I don't have to run anymore. But at one point when we were running, all of a sudden I hit this stride and I'm thinking, oh, like I feel really good. Like I didn't feel like I was running. And then a little later on, someone said, well, that's what happens when you hit a specific point in your running journey. And it's just like you're floating on air and there's no effort to it because your natural endorphins kick in and you feel really good. And I was like, this is awesome. But did I want to run after that? No. But the thing is, I worked through the hard stuff. I worked through all the pain that it took to get me to that one endorphin rush. And it was great. So it's kind of the same. Well, it's not really the same because it's not physically painful to do the business, but it is something that it gives you euphoric moments when you get those 6 signups in a month because you've been filling your funnel and like really pressing into people and adding value to them. And then all of a sudden they go, today's my day. But they all say it on the same day. And then you're like frantically trying to keep up, but it gives you that adrenaline rush. So it's the same, like it's hard and then it's fun. So, but then look at all these faces I get to see. And we're not doing this alone. We have all these people with us, cheering us on, saying, you can do this. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. So, okay. We're going to talk a little bit. We have a couple of testimonies. I think, is Aaron on? Aaron. Okay, so we have one testimony so far. Lisa is going to talk a little bit about her journey with the business in Plexus. And so I'm just going to throw it over to you, Lisa.
Hey, I'm Lisa, in case some of you don't know me. Yeah, I signed up under Shelly, and so I've been doing Plexus for about 3.5 years. I signed up for help, of course, like most of us. But in the back of my mind, I thought it would be good for me to do the business. I've been involved in other types of businesses before, so business is not new to me. So it kind of was in the back of my mind that I might eventually start the business. I have to say, when I did start, it kind of started with a big bang. I signed up like 2 people really fast. And that was fun. But then I kind of hit, a wall where I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know that much about the products. So I signed up kind of a few people and I went along, and then I hit some personal issues. I kind of had a year where I really didn't do anything at all. And then last year, so at the start of 2023, I looked around and I said, I only have 2 people under me. A bunch of people had quit. And I said, I'm not having fun at this. I don't know if I can keep going. I was trying to work up what I was going to say to Shelly, because I was thinking, I think I'm done. Like, I've just had enough. So in that moment, when I was thinking things through, I had a friend that I had talked to kind of when I first started, who was totally not interested and said, don't bother me with stuff like that. This is definitely not for me. But she started talking to me and she said, you know what? I want to get healthy and I think I'm ready to start doing some supplementing. I have to look after myself. And so she joined and she was just really
Shelly, Lisa, I accidentally muted you. Sorry, you have to unmute again.
okay. So I'm not sure where we left off, but yeah,
Go back about 3 sentences.
okay. So when I was thinking about quitting, a friend of mine approached me that I had talked to when I kind of had just first started, and she wasn't interested at all when I spoke to her. But all of a sudden she said, I need to look after my health. I want to get healthy. I'm ready to start. And so I signed her up and she was really enthusiastic. And I said, okay, I think I'm gaining some momentum. And she actually signed up a few people and she went fast start silver, which was very exciting. And since then, I've started putting more effort into the business. I share more easily. I'm still working at posting because Facebook is kind of new for me. But yeah, I hit senior silver last summer and that was really exciting. And I'm working at trying to be consistent with hitting senior silver. I'm not there every month, but yeah, I'm looking forward to progressing and moving up to gold one day soon, I hope.
That's
So back.
Oh, thanks. I caught it. That's so good, Lisa, because I think we all have felt that at some point. It's like, what am I doing? Like, this is just too hard. But then I think you kind of have to pick your hard. Pick your hard. You just say, this is either worth it or it's not. If I don't trudge through the hard, I don't see the good stuff on the other side. So this kind of goes hand in hand with what I'm going to talk about tonight. Um, it's all about where is our mind when we're doing this, and who are we? So I'm going to start preaching, and I get really excited when I start to preach. So I'm not apologizing for it. But one of the questions I'm going to give you guys some questions to think about. The first one is, well, first of all, the Bible tells us that the people we're closest to influence us the most. So look at your circle of people and say, who is closest to me? And are they a positive influence in my life, or are they a negative influence in my life? And how do I navigate that? Do I keep them in my life but at a distance? Do I keep everything as it always has been? Or do I just say, okay, kind of like you snooze your friends on Facebook for 30 days? Maybe, like, sometimes it's just really hard to do that because these are people who have been in our lives forever and ever. But um, if they're not seeing the potential that you have to expand your horizons to um, you're stepping out and you're doing all these amazing things, but they're kind of keeping you down, then I think it's really okay to have that hard discussion with them and say, look, this is where I'm going. And if you can't support me in this, then I don't know how much time I can invest with you at this moment because this is what I need. I need support. And if you're bringing me down, then I can't talk to you about this. And that's really okay. Like, you don't have to completely cut them out of your life, but you just don't have them in your close circle if they're going to be pulling you down. And I those types of friends are usually seasonal friends anyways, and they like you where you're at. And when you start to grow and change, then it's freak out time because they don't know who you are anymore because they haven't come with you. But God always brings people in to fill those needs, to fill the gaps, and to encourage and uplift. And it's like I said, it's not like we completely cut them out unless they're so incredibly toxic that it's time for them to leave. But you'll know because if you're spending any time with the Lord, He's going to show you. Um, or if you're not a believer, if you just know those people that are bringing you down, and those are the people you need to just sort of, yeah, Tara, me too. Like, I get challenged sometimes. Well, what's the bio cleanse? How is that different from the magnesium I take from Costco? And why is it different? Why is it so much better? So then I start talking and the back gets turned and they start talking about golf or something else. And I'm just like in mid sentence thinking, why did you ask me? So I'm not answering those questions anymore. Well, why is it different? I don't know. Why is it different? And I'm just going to walk away. Family is tough. Family is really tough. Anyways, okay, I'm getting off topic. So we're talking about mindset. So here's the other question. What is your first thought when your feet hit the ground in the morning? And uh, what do you wake up to in your head? I usually wake up to singing because that's a huge part of my life and songs are always in my head. It doesn't matter. Like right now, I'm listening to Graves into Gardens in my brain as I'm talking to you. But music is always in my head, so that's what I hear. But when you wake up in the morning and your feet hit the ground, do you look at yourself and say, I'm going to slay today? It's going to be, yeah, Brittany, it's news. Yeah. Sometimes it's life, right? Life just takes over. Like those stinking diapers, they are just never ever clean. Anyway, um, do you look at yourself and say, I am gonna do so good today. Today is a good day. And you sing all the songs and you do the jazz hands, and it's just woo, everything, everything. This is what I do before my feet hit the ground. I'm like, Lord, I cannot do this day without you. Today is your day. Whatever happens is in your court. But what are you saying about yourself when you wake up? Are you saying things like, oh, I'm just struggling. I'm stuck at silver. I want to get to senior silver. I'm almost there. I don't think it's going to happen. Or I've been, in my case, stuck at senior gold for 4 years, 3 years. I don't think I'm going to get any farther. Maybe I should just settle in here. I don't know. I don't think I can do this. Are you stressed out because of what's happening in your day or what you have to do in your day? Do you look at your calendar or your day timer and go, oh my gosh, I overbooked myself. I can't do this to I just can't do this. I need Napado time. Like I need 15 minutes to just be by myself. And you don't have that. Do you stress out about that? Or Do you just like what Lisa said? I don't want to do this anymore. This is just, I just don't. I have given it my best shot. I'm not doing this anymore. My time's not my own. All of the negative things that can come at you. So if that's what you think, then I want you to flip it. I want you to flip the script. I want you to say, you know what? I'm here at Senior Silver and it's been 3 years and it's really okay because look at what I'm learning. This is pretty amazing. And my team is out there. And today I'm going to show up for my team, even though I don't know who they are. And they're going to come to me because I am going to be a positive light online today with all the negativity that's going on. Or you say, what's stress? Stress is nothing. You take deep breaths and you do some stretches. You go to Ramona, she gives you a good massage, and then you're just, I'm ready for my day. You flip it, right? Um, but here's what I want to really ask you is what is your identity? I sent a reel to some people. Yeah, I'm coming, Ramona. I'll drive like 15 hours to come for a massage. I saw this reel not long ago, and this is where I am going to start preaching. So if you're a believer, this is who you are. This is who you are. This is how God sees you, even if you're not. This is who you are. John 15:15 says, you are his friend. 1 Corinthians 16 or 6:19 says, you are the temple where the Holy Spirit dwells, which is why we have to keep it clean, which is why we have to exercise as much as we don't want to. It's important. Exercise boosts your endorphins. You have a different mindset because it's just like the negative gets washed out of your head, right? You are the temple where the Holy Spirit dwells. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, he calls you brand new. Brand new. Ephesians 2:10 says, you are his masterpiece. You are like a piece of art to him. And he has purposed and fashioned you for good things. That's who you are. Ephesians 2:10. Oh, I did that. Acts 1:8 says you're a messenger to the world. So I'm going to pause here for a moment because I think it's more than just being a messenger. Like you're a messenger to the world, but what are you putting out there? What is your message? This is what you're putting out there. This is what we have been called to do, to put out a positive message, to just show what's possible as opposed to what isn't, you know. Galatians 3:26 is you're his child. Like, can you just picture this? Here's God, and he's going, come here, my children. Come here, children. And if you think about how you feel about your kids, and God feels like that about us, but he loves us with a consuming fire. Have you ever thought about that? What that actually means? He doesn't let us stay how we are. He consumes what's not of him and what's not great, and he blows it away. He consumes it. He refines us, and we become his perfect, Melinda, we become his perfect creation, right? And he sees us through the filter of Jesus, which is so incredibly amazing to me. So he sees his kids, he sees perfection where we don't see that. Like, I think sometimes we need to see ourselves through God's lens. Because we would act completely differently if we could. Romans 5:8 says we are greatly loved. 1 Thessalonians 1:4 says we are chosen. That's huge. That's a big thing. John 8:36 says we are free. So just even in that, we need to celebrate. And that is what we should be thinking when our feet hit the floor in the day, or the first thing in the day. If you show up, okay, now we're going back. If you show up and you don't feel those things and you're grumpy, you're annoyed, you always have something to complain about, that's going to turn people off, and they're not going to follow you because people are looking for something different. All you have to do is turn on the news, or you turn on YouTube and you get all these notifications of how horrible things are and how we're heading to the end. And you know what? Probably. But Open your word. What do you say, God? What do you say? That's where I find my center. And that's what keeps me sane and stable. So think about who you want to follow and start behaving that way. So pick people that are really that add value, follow them, glean from them, let them pour into your life if you're pouring from an empty cup. And then once your cup is filled, pour it out to others. But don't like start kind of mirroring how they interact, but don't be fake about it. Say, okay, this person's doing this. I really like what they say about this, but um I'm going to tweak it and make it my own. So just be you. Always be you. I think we talked about that earlier this week. Always be you. Be your own unique person. You always have something to bring to the table. And even if it's just the salt shaker, it's the salt shaker. Salt brings flavor, right? Or maybe it's a pickle. I'd probably be the pickle. A little bit of sour, a little bit of sweet, a little tart, but brings joy. Pickles bring me much joy. Anyways, Kate, getting off topic. If you've had a hard day, be real about it. Don't just share it. But don't stay there and turn it around, because in the turning around comes the growth and you start to feel it. Positivity is contagious, and so is negativity. So you get to decide what you want to put out there and what you want to infect others with. So you can infect them with the negative, or you can infect them with the positive. And they're both just as powerful, by the way. Negative people, you'll get negative people following you and pouring into everything that is wrong in the world or in your life or in their life, and they'll just bring you down. So it's not the thing you want to infect people with. If you show up happy and engaged, you will exude confidence. People follow confident, happy people because they want to be them. That's why I follow them. I'm like, what do they have that I don't have? What have they learned that I don't know? What books are they going to recommend me? What podcasts will I be able to listen to? Like there's so much value in following people who really, yes, you do attract the vibes you give out. It's 100% true. But there's a lot of value in following people who can pour into your life. So let's see. If this is hard for you, oh wait, yeah. If this is hard for you or you're not quite there yet, find some good podcasts to listen to. Read your Bible, find books that will help you see things in a different light. Find friends, find new people who are what you want to attract and who you want to be. And it's not easy. It's not easy, but you have to decide every day. Like, am I going to do this? If I'm going to do this as a business, I need grit and I need determination. I need to be deliberate with my actions. I need to be disciplined. I need to treat it like someone is, really paying me well. I'm getting out of the house and going to a job and I'm coming home at the end of the day. You have to treat it like your business. You have to value it enough in order to do the things you need to do to rank up or get further along in your own personal growth, or you just have to make yourself do it. And sometimes it's an hour at a time. So for me, the way my brain works is if I stay home, all I see right there where my finger's pointing, that's a big pile of laundry. That's where my oldest daughter sleeps. And it's usually a disaster in here, but I've, brought down the hammer. But that's her laundry right there. And this is the craft center. And behind the craft center are all the toys I have to go through still that they don't play with anymore. And like if I'm here, I see that. And I'm thinking, this is driving me nuts. I got to do the laundry. I have to go fold the piles that are in the other room because it's making me crazy. And my husband doesn't have pants for work. But if I give myself breaks in the day, just like a coffee break, I can sit down for 2 hours. I can do what I need to do for 2 hours. I have to be very deliberate and very disciplined. Then I allow myself the permission to get up, for 30 minutes or an hour. If I need an hour, I'll take it. I'll fold the laundry. I'll kind of relax. I'll put on some stupid like hour show that I can watch while I'm folding, brainless, mindless. And then I feel like, okay, I've accomplished this. Family can put their own laundry away. I'm going back to work. And then I come back and I sit down for another hour chunk that I've allowed to do this and this and this. Then I get up and I make supper, and then I come back down and do you know what I mean? Like, it is the time blocking thing. But if you need to create big breaks in your day, create those big breaks, because you'll get more work done. You'll feel more centered. Your brain won't be as cluttered. And like, all I could think about last year was all of the yard work I had to accomplish, because we have an enormous yard. And it just was really overgrown, and I'm the only one that takes care of it. So I'm thinking, I need to do this. And then I couldn't focus until I had that stuff put aside. And if I would have just done it, like I just said, then it still would have gotten done by the end of the summer. It would have taken longer, but I would have allowed myself time to work on my business and find the people who desperately need what we have, and, you know, pour life into them. So anyway, it is hard. Grit and determination are your best friends. So there's no magic formula. There's no magic pill. You can't just blink and have it done. I wish I could. But you just need to decide what you're going to do, and then you just need to do it. And if you ever get discouraged, just take a look at the faces on the screen and remember remember the people who aren't here. We're all here to listen. So if you ever need to vent, pick somebody that you like, somebody that you trust, somebody that maybe doesn't know you at all, because sometimes it's better to vent to people that you don't know. But you just do it, and do what you have to do in order to concentrate on what you need to do. So anyway, that's really all I have today. But I look at you guys and I think, man, this is such a great team to be a part of. There are yes, perfectionism. That will kill you. That will kill you. However, it's hard. It's very hard. But yeah, that's really all I have today. So I appreciate you guys coming and listening to my ramblings and my preaching for the day. But just, if you remember one thing, just remember that when your feet hit the ground, today is going to be a good day, because I choose a good day. And you can overcome all the obstacles that come your way within reason. Like, you know, things happen sometimes that you can't control, but you can control how you respond. Anyways, that's about it. That's all I have. So thanks for coming out, you guys. I really appreciated this time with you all. Let me send you away with a song. No, I'm just joking. Okay, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you next week.